Okay, so we learned in Foundations that real Christian maturity is all about helping people, and particularly helping people to pursue God. Now, the biblical word for this is discipleship, and in this series, we're talking about the basics of discipleship. Now, Jesus' followers were called disciples, and so are we. But Jesus used a particular method to make disciples, and it's the same method that we should use. It's called relational discipleship. And this video and whole playlist is all about understanding that. So let's define it. Relational discipleship is speaking biblical truth in the context of caring relationships to help people pursue God. Now, I know that sounds a little complicated, so let's break this down. Let's work backward. Look at the last part of this definition. The end goal is to help people pursue God. Don't forget the three simple parts of that pursuit. We start by trusting Jesus, we live to honor God, we mature by helping people. So this is the goal. The goal is to help people do this. The goal is to help people trust Jesus and honor God and help other people. But let's look back at the definition to see how we do this. See, we do this in the context of caring relationships. Relationships with your spouse, with your kids, with your friends, in a small group. This is exactly how Jesus did it. John chapter 1, Jesus found Philip and he said to him, "Come, follow me." This is how Jesus started his ministry. He lived on earth to establish the kingdom of God. We live on earth to advance the kingdom of God. Jesus summarizes how he did it in John 15. He says, "I have loved you even as the Father has loved me. So remain in my love. This is my commandment. Love each other in the same way I have loved you." So he's talking about caring relationships. He's saying to them, guys, I have cared for you. I have loved you. And he was about ready to leave, and now he's saying to them, this is how you should do it as well. So again, he's helping his disciples pursue God by being in a caring, loving relationship with them. But look at one more important thing that he did. Jesus said to the people who believed in him, "You are truly my disciples if you remain faithful to my teachings, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." So let's look back at our definition now. See, relational discipleship requires speaking truth. This isn't just about relationship. It's about relationship that is rooted in God's truth, because following Jesus requires knowing his truth and living it out. So if we want to help people pursue God, we have to be willing to share truth with them. After all, this is what Jesus told his disciples to do. Matthew 28, he said, "Therefore go and make disciples, teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you." So that means if we want to make disciples, we have to be willing to share the truth with them. Relational discipleship is speaking biblical truth like Jesus did, in the context of caring relationships like Jesus did, to help people pursue God like Jesus did. If you want to obey Jesus, if you want to be like Jesus, if you want to be fully mature, you have to be willing to speak the truth to the people that you have relationships with. Your kids, your friends, other people in your life. I know it can be intimidating, but you can do it. And that's relational discipleship. Now check out some of the other videos in this playlist, and especially check out some of the tips for how to do it using the resource of pursueGOD.org. Hit pause, talk about it, and we'll see you in another video.